Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. This is your journey, my friends. Ascension, meaning and purpose. That's what we'll be talking today about. So many people are moving through a major process of what we call spiritual awakening, ascension journey, when people are becoming more aware of the self, more aware of the purpose that you have as a soul purpose, soul mission. And many people are becoming aware of that great meaning of life's challenges that are nothing else but the greatest possible teachers. And many people are becoming aware that we are responsible for our growth, our expansion, our evolution, and service that we provide for others, right? And this is something that is really important to know, especially when we find ourselves being alone on this journey, because sometimes we may fall into those patterns of conditioning, right? How we've been conditioned to be and to behave and to think and to believe about life. We fall into those old patterns and we lose ourselves on that path. But soon something happens and we awaken back to ourselves. So a long time ago, I've painted this painting that I'm showing to you today called You. And there's at the end of the video, you will see there's a hand showing to you, or a finger point onto you. And the name of this painting is You. And it is a reminder that you are your own teacher, you are your own leader, and you are your own master, right? But you need to become it. And in order to become it, you need to recognize what's not helping you to get there. Because that is the greatest realization. What is not helping me to grow? What is not supporting my path? What is not in alignment with my core values, with my core intentions, with my heart's calling, right? And sometimes we need to take a lot of time actually on discovering what's not helping me. What's not helping me in my diet to be healthier? What's not helping me in my habits to be more vital, right? To raise my energy, to become more of who I can be. So ascension there is, it means that your understanding is rising around what's not helping you, so you can become more of who you've come here to be. And this is your journey of evolution. Sometimes I see people say, well, I want to help others, but I don't find any energy to help, or I'm trying to help others and people just don't accept what I'm providing. Because it's not about focusing on help. It's more like your own evolution, and the service you provide to others becomes like a byproduct of your growth and expansion. It needs to happen naturally. You're being prepared, or you're preparing for service, whatever it is, but it needs to happen naturally. So you can't force anything in this universe. You can't force anything because universe already has a plan, and you just need to learn to align yourself with that plan. And to align yourself with that plan means to align yourself with the sound of the universe, which is a flow of life. You know, universe means one word, one verse, one sound, and that sound is flow. So when we do something that puts us into a flow state, that's service to life. That's where we start serving life, right? And you need to recognize or find in your life what puts you into the flow state. For some people, it's talking, it's storytelling. For some people, it's painting, drawing, writing books or poetry or whatever it is. For some people, it's making music. For some people, it's teaching kids, for example, being a teacher, being a guide, or maybe a healer, like working with energy, or Reiki or whatever you find that puts you into the flow state, that gives you this sense of life, like, yes, this is what I need to do. And this is a great sign of ascension as a spiritual being, becoming more aware of the flow state, because life is flow, right? Everything is happening in the present moment. But we can also experience this sequence of moments, right? Right now we are here. After a few minutes, we'll be somewhere else, or we'll be doing something else. So we see, because of time, we experience sequence of events. But being in the flow state means that we are flowing through the sequences of events. And when you're flowing, you're not thinking, overthinking, overanalyzing, judging, comparing yourself. You're flowing with life. And that's why creating art is so healing, because you're flowing with creation. That's why people who are doing healing on others, they're flowing in their state. People that are making music, they're flowing with the sounds. And if you're hearing that music, you can experience that flow that initiate dance within your body, right? And you start dancing. That's the power of flow. When you're reading a book that was written from the flow state, it puts you into the flow of reading. When the book is written out of overanalyzing and overthinking, it will awaken same energy inside of you. That's how to become more familiar with awareness of the energy that is maybe inside of the painting, inside of the book, or wherever. You meet a person and you can recognize the energy, because, you know, if a person is anxious, you will feel anxious as well. When a person is really grounded and peaceful, you will feel grounded and peaceful when you will talk with that person. So more you start sensing those things, more you can become aware that your awareness is expanding. And this is your journey to recognize those different signs and symptoms and realizations, why you are moving through that. Like, what's your part of that growth? What that growth and expansion is teaching you, because still you are your own observer. And you're here as an individual point of consciousness observing that happening. So what's your part in this great mystical universe? What's your part in that happening? So that's where you recognize that you have your own responsibilities. And you are responsible for your life's situations. And the word responsible actually means being able to respond, right? And to respond the right way, or the wise way, you need to be wise, you need to be a good observer, and you need to be a good reader of your system of energy, of thoughts and emotions, to recognize what's in alignment with you and what's not in alignment with you, so you can choose wisely, right? So when you're dealing with your life's situations, you need to learn to choose wisely how to respond to what's happening. And to choose wisely means that you become more familiar with your automatic triggers that may be activated while you are observing what's happening in your life. When somebody says something to you, how you respond. And the reminder that you're responsible for your life situations reminds you that when you shift your mind, your life will start changing. So the growth and expansion and evolution of your being starts in evolution of your mind. Like how much you're expanding your knowledge, how much you're expanding your belief system, or perhaps letting go of old beliefs that are not serving you anymore. And how much you're able to see a life from a different perspective. Because sometimes if we're constantly looking on life just from one direction, from one space, a time, we may caught ourselves into a certain sense of illusion, like we think this is how life is. But then you get to another destination and you see life differently, and you recognize, well, maybe before I was really limited, but now I see things more clearly. But if we're constantly moving ourselves to different points of perspective, we become really wise because we start to see life from all different perspectives. So how can it be done practically? Well, doing many different things may help us to experience different perspectives. For example, if you've been raised up with or within a certain religious beliefs, you may think that this is all there is, but then you go and study some other religions, for example, and you may recognize that those other religions are not in conflict with your religion. They're maybe explaining one and the same thing in their own language. And it may help you to expand your perspective a little bit about what religion is actually teaching, what's the core teaching of religion. And it may bring you to spirituality then, because that's the core of religion that was lost for many people. But because you've started expanding your perspective, you've got deeper into the truth of life. So it's same in anything else. You may have certain beliefs about how life is, how a certain person is, but then you look on that situation from different angles. You question it. You question your beliefs about that person or any thoughts you have about it. And you may recognize that you've been living a life from a limited box or inside of a limited box. And you've decided to get outside of it and see a greater truth. And greater truth will reveal greater meaning. Why something is a part of your life. Like why a certain person is a part of your life. And truly nobody can give you that meaning but yourself, your own awareness. When you start questioning, like why those things are the way they are. Not in a sense of being a victim, like why those things are happening to me. But more like, what can I learn? What am I ignoring about this situation? Like, for example, if a certain person is constantly triggering you, a good question will be like, what part of myself is protective? Like, what am I protecting within myself that person triggers inside of me? And it may lead you deeper into your childhood trauma that you may have. And that person is reminding you of the person in your childhood that was doing a similar thing. And you may recognize that that person that is still present in your life and is often triggering you is more like a teacher to show to yourself that there's a deep trauma still present within you, and you need to find a way to deal with that. Like finding a good therapist that can help you, or finding a good guidance that can help you, or doing your own shadow work. But it's an important reminder that this thing is still present in your life. And by greater observation and ability to resolve it, to heal it, to let go of it, will help you to ascend on that level of awareness where you will start to feel lighter, and your well-being will shift into more pleasant state, and your mind will become sharper, and you will feel much, much better. So That's how I start to see everything as an opportunity to learn and expand. So we truly need to become good observers here in our lives, because everything can teach us something new. Like watching this video, you could watch it from one perspective and you would say, well, this guy's just talking some nonsense. And you would, be watching it from a state where you're just looking for false, what's false about this. But then there's another perspective where you're open-minded and you're watching everything from a state as, I want to learn, like what I don't know and I can learn here. And that other state is really powerful because we can learn from everybody. Everybody can be a teacher for something. And everywhere we go, we can learn something that we didn't knew before. And that is a powerful state because it gives our power back to us, and that's how we expand our minds. So every time we look on life just the way, like, what's false here, what's wrong here, we become really angry, right? And anger becomes like our natural state. Like, oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is false. Oh, this guy is, We become angry on the world, on people, on everything. And most of all, we become angry on ourselves because we don't know how to see life differently. But it all starts with changing our perspective. And that's what will shift our perception. So this is something really important on our journey, and that's something that only you can do for yourself. And another reminder that I want to give you is that when your body is in good shape, it will be much easier to navigate your mind towards pleasant thoughts, which means that you need to take care of your body. You need to start looking at your body like something sacred, like something that was created with a great purpose, right? When you look at a car, it was created with a purpose to bring you from point A to point B. That is an important purpose. And that's why many people are taking a good care of their cars. But when it comes to your body, you need to see it as it was created with a great purpose as well, because that's when you will start taking a good care of it. And when you take care of your body, like being active, all those things, drinking water, taking care of the right nutrition, right? Breathing air, taking care of your breathing, like doing some breathing practices, meditation, whatever can help you, good sleep, walks, workouts, yoga, whatever can work for you, take care of this. You will notice that your mind will become much more sharper. And you can find a lot of science around it. Like every time you work out, your brain releases a great dose of dopamine, which awakens your focus. You become more focused. You start to feel better, you feel motivated, you want to do things, and of course you start doing things because you feel motivated, you feel inspired to move. And because of that you feel better and you want to move stuff and you want to clean your space, you want to feel good at your space, and you want to connect with people, and then you connect with people and you experience more of that chemistry of feeling good. And it just creates that whole chain reaction of feeling better and more aligned, right? So it's all in your power, but you need to start. You need to start somewhere. So this is a reminder that this is your journey, and the meaning of everything is hidden in the mirror, right? The meaning of everything is hidden inside of the mirror. When you look into the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. And once you start observing yourself better, your life better, you will start to see a greater meaning. Like, why am I the way that I am right now? Why am I where I am right now? What's the meaning of this present stage of life? What's the meaning? What can I learn? Who can I become? If I let go of what's limiting me right now, if I overcome my fears right now, who would I be? If I overcome those limited beliefs, who would I be? If I overcome this needs to procrastinate, who would I be? And it may lead us to an urge to make a better plan, like what we are ignoring, what we're not doing and we want to do, right? And making a list, like what will I focus on every single day. I want to meditate. I want to do a good workout. I want to take care of my nutrition. I want to study what can help me on this journey. I want to read a book that can awaken my mind a little bit more about what I need to know. And maybe spontaneously you will be led towards a certain information, a certain book that can help you on that journey. It's truly, everything is so mysterious sometimes because things just find us at the right time. And I want you to be open for those synchronicities because they are finding you. They are showing you the way. And you just need to recognize the signs. So my friends, this is it for today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day, and till next time, one love.